cover this thing called inline styles, okay? When you hear the term HTML styles, they're talking about how to make your page look better, right? When you have an HTML style, that means you can do things like change the background color, you can change the text color, you can change the font type, the font size, the font alignment, things like that, right? When you create styles, there's basically 3 different ways you can style an HTML page, okay? The first way, the way that I'm going to show you today, is creating what's called inline styles. The next way you can do it is an internal style sheet. And then the third way, you can create an external style sheet and attach it to all your pages. Now, you all will be expected to learn how to do all 3 of those things, okay? We're only going to worry about inline styles today. Now, some of you have kind of been working ahead and applying styles already, and that's perfectly fine. But for what we're doing today and your next 2 assignments, you are going to be using inline styles. You'd be expected to use those. Now, to create styles, you have this style attribute, okay? You just apply a style onto whatever tag it is. I put a tag on there in the notes. If you look right here, the very first basic style that we go over is the background color, okay? You add that style into the open body tag. Let's go and let's take a look on the home page of your practice site. I'm going to have to go and find mine right here. Go ahead and pull up the codes for the home page of your practice site. That's the Open up the source code for the home page of your practice site. Now, a common mistake that many of you all have made, that those of you that are working ahead of me, a common mistake people are making is they are adding a background color onto their body, but they're not. They're putting multiple open body tags. You only need one open body tag. And I may have to stop in a minute. But what we want to do now is I want to apply a background color onto the home page of your practice site. Okay? Now, we're going to do that using an inline style right here on your open body tag. Very, very easy to do. Type in this tag right here. And of course, my computer is reading. Hold on. Hold on one moment. Hey. Okay, I think mine's unfrozen now. Okay. So body style equals. Make sure you're doing this on the open body tag. You're not doing it anywhere else. Okay? I want you to put inside quotation marks. And let me go back and review make sure I got my syntax correct. It's background dash color colon and whatever color it is you want to do. So I'm going to do background dash color. All right, I need to pause one moment. Let's carry on here. We do my background color. What color should I use?
Blue. Black.
All right, I'm going to do black. There's a reason why I'm going to do black. Now, let's go and save that. Here's my page right now. Let me go and refresh it. What happens to it? Oh my goodness, where did my text go? Where is my text? Can you flip the lights off?
It's there, but it's black.
Okay, the text is still there, okay? But the default text color is black, right? So let's go and change this color. I'm gonna make it blue. Now, let me ask you another question. Is there ever a time when you would want to put a white background on there?
Yes.
Okay, you would never apply a style to make a white background because it's the default, right? So let's save that. Take a look right there. All right, that looks a little better. Probably still a little difficult to read, but that looks a little bit better. Yes, sir. Are we looking at the right page? Are you inside? Okay. Now let me ask y'all a question. Is that a good background color to use right there? The answer to that is with my text color, it's not great, right? It'll do for right now, but you probably want to change your text color or something like that. I'm going to keep that there white. Let's take a look at this HTML styles page, okay? Which is basically the same thing that was on your notes that I gave you. Let's take a look at the one that says HTML text color, okay? Now, when you apply a text color, all that one is style equals color, colon, whatever color it is you want to use. I'm going to go ahead on my first H1 right there. I'm going to make that text white. So I'm going to put style equals. You don't need to be getting these styles down. You put whatever style you want. Instead of putting text color, I'm just going to put color, colon, white. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. There we go. Now I've changed my text color to white. Using the inline styles. Make sure you are using inline styles here, please. Anybody have trouble with the text color at all? Pretty easy stuff so far, right? Let's take a look at the fonts. Now you have this font family property defines the font to be used for an HTML element. That one, all it is font dash family colon whatever it is you want it to use. Now, if you are wondering what fonts are available, let's see if they're down here. Well, I don't think they have them. Most of your fonts that you would have available, you can find those like there in like Microsoft Office or Word or something like that. I'm going to apply the Arial font to my first paragraph there. Style equals font dash family. I'm going to do colon. I'm going to make my Arial font. My semicolon at the end. I'll go over the semicolon in a moment. So let's go ahead and save that. Let's go and take a look at what that produces. So this paragraph, you see it right there. Refresh that. Did I save it? Oh yeah, I did change the font. Make sure I saved it. There we go. is this Arial font. I know you can't see it real well. I'm going to make changes to those in a moment. Next one down here is your text size. Now, I've noted about this text size thing you see right here, okay? That's the font dash size. They've done it. They changed the style on here using percentages, which is probably the best way to do it. I think you can probably do it using pixels as well, if you like. But let's go change. I'm gonna go to that second paragraph there. I'm gonna make mine 300%. Font style. Why does that thing pop up? Font style equals. What was the thing again? Font dash size. Go ahead and add that in on yours. I'm gonna make mine 300%. I'm gonna make it really big. Make yours really big. I'm gonna note it on my second paragraph. Just do it on anywhere you want.
I made mine 70.
I'll go over that in a moment.
Will you look at this? Is that right? That one's just like
Hold on. For some reason, it didn't work. Oh, wait a second. I know it. Probably didn't. I did make a mistake. You save that and go back and refresh it. Why is it not working? Oh, it's not equals, it's close. How come I can tell nobody's watching because you're not picking up my errors? Well, you all want to hear something? I'm going to admit something. I don't admit very often. There we go, 300%.
whoa! Oh, yeah. Wait.
Hold on.
Did I do that right?
I don't know. Did you?
Center.
No, that's an old tag.
What?
Center tag.
What?
I'm going to go over that in a moment. Be patient, okay? We have some people over here whining that they can't see the background.
I'm waiting. They are.
So we'll change it to a beautiful color
Magenta.
of yellow.
Really? Really? That's the ugliest color I've ever seen.
That's okay. Y'all, we're going to mess around with the colors more in a moment, okay? Now, how's that? Now, I want you to take a look at this text align tag right here. Now, Caleb John's over there. I probably shouldn't use your name because I'm recording this. I apologize. Caleb over here uses a tag just called center, okay? And let me give you a little hint. That's an old tag. It does work, but it won't always display properly in a web page, especially in Internet Explorer. You want to know why you were having so much trouble seeing my website? I've used the center tag somewhere to put everything off. Okay. What you're supposed to do is wherever you want to center text, if you're using inline styles, do this text dash align :center, and it gives you centered text. Let me find a place that does this. I'm going to add it up here right now. I'm going to put it in my H2. Style equals. Then we go text dash align :center. Now, I'll put that back up there in a moment. But when you do that, save it. I'm going to put it back in on the refresh it, and then go to my second level heading, it's centered. Right there. I'll give you a chance to get that down. Now, how can you send? What else could you do besides your text line besides centering it? Okay, you can left align it, which is the default left align. You can right align something if you wanted to. Most of the time, you probably want to use center, okay? Your text align. Well, by the way, if you're not applying styles, you can go home page of your practice site. I can get ready to come around in a couple minutes and check those. So please be doing this with us. If you are having trouble, you need to raise your hand. I'll let you know. Okay. Now, one thing that they didn't go over on here is how do you apply multiple styles to each one of these? Let's say right up here on my H1, I want to change the font type to Arial. I want to center it. What would I do? First off, I'm going to change my color back to, what should I change that color to?
Magenta.
Magenta?
Magenta. How do you say that?
What looks good on a yellow background?
Orange. Blue. Magenta. Magenta. Give magenta.
I'm going blue. Whoever said blue. I don't know this necessarily, so that's what you want. Now, y'all take a look up here so I can show you how to do this. So I got my font, colon, blue, or my color, colon, blue. So I want to change the font family. After my semicolon right there, I'm going to do font dash family. Dash family. And that's going to be colon. I'm just going to go Arial. I don't remember all the font. And then after that, I'm going to put another semicolon. I'm going to do text dash align center. This is not something that they show you on the website, so I want you all to make sure you're getting this right up here. I'll put this back up there in a moment, but I want to show you what it does. Let's take a look right here. There we go. It centered it, changed it to Arial font. Let's take a look at this. I want to make sure you all get this. It's important. Select all this text right here. When you are trying to apply multiple styles to something, okay, use your semicolons to separate the styles. Okay, you have quotation mark, color, colon, blue, semicolon, font dash family, colon, Arial, semicolon, text dash align, colon, center, semicolon, quotation mark. That's the end of the style. That's how you apply multiple styles to one element.
Mine's still not working.
Yes. Now, I'm going to pause there for a moment. We're going in a moment after you all get this down. If you're having trouble, you need to let me know so I can show you how to do it. Pause the thing. If you do something small like leave out a quotation mark, it's not going to work. Okay? If you, I don't know, put an extra space where there's not supposed to be a space, it's likely it could not work. Okay? So keep those things in mind while you're working on this stuff. Also, keep in mind too what your default colors are. Default white, default background is white. Default text color is black. What's the default color on your links? Your default color on your links is blue. After you've clicked on a link, after you visited a link, what's the color then? Purple. Now, it's pretty easy to change the link colors, but we're not going to do it, we're not going to change the link colors in Inline Styles. We'll do it when we do a style sheet. Now, when you are working with colors in HTML, let's go to your W3 school site and let's talk about colors for a few minutes. Go down there on the left-hand side, that left-hand link bar, click where it says HTML colors. Now, when you're just coding stuff in straight HTML, the best thing to do is use these color names that you see right here. Okay? It says in HTML, a color can be specified by using a color name, and you see the main ones: red, orange, yellow, cyan, blue. Now, go look up here, please. Right down there, it says HTML supports 140 standard color names. You click on that. These are all the color names you see right here. You can use any of these color names, and they should work. Okay? You have colors like aqua, even blanched almond. Everybody loves blanched almond. But you have 140 different ones right here. Now, hold on one second. Let me finish going over this for a moment. You also have this little hexadecimal code. If you click on those, you'll see what I'm talking about. You can use the hexadecimal code for a color just as easily as you can the actual name. My advice to you is to just type the name out. Okay, it's a lot easier for you to do. If you really want to go, if you really like to work with your colors, if you're very artistic and love to work with your colors, I would bookmark this page simply because you can go click where it says shades right there. And if you do that, you can kind of play around with the different colors, and you can get a hexadecimal code. You can really do a whole lot of custom colors. My advice to you, now listen to what I'm telling you. My advice to you is when you are choosing your colors, whether they're background colors and font colors, make sure that they go together, and make sure that your product, your final page there, make sure it is readable. Like I'm looking over here at Austin's page right here, and he's got red background, and he's got like a royal blue text. That is, to me, that is readable. Okay? Don't put a dark background and a dark text on a dark background. That's not readable. Don't do a light colored background and put light text on here. That makes sense. Alright, Trinity, what was your question?